Welcome back, Cracked fans, to another edition of CR Live. I'm your host, Alex Gruskin. You know, it is semifinals Sunday. All the play is coming to a wrap, and there's so many great personalities around. We could not leave here, though, without talking to maybe college tennis's biggest personality, TCU men's tennis coach, Coach David Roditi. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you, Alex. It's great to be here.
Yeah, this is our first meeting as well in person, and I have to say it's a huge honor for me. I've been a fan of your videos. I've been a fan of your hat, it seems like, for the past 5 years, so it's great. Yeah. I want to start here. You know, you guys come into this event as the 15 seed, and what people might not know about this season, the rankings at this point really mean nothing. There's so many talented teams, so many returners for many different teams. What did it mean for you guys to come out, have the success you did right away, upsetting number 2 Mississippi State?
Yeah, thank you, Alex, and it's great to be here. Yeah, it was huge. We're just starting our season. We don't have necessarily a lot of freshmen, but we're not a very experienced tennis team. So as a coach, we're not 100% sure what we really have or yet. And we only have 2 players on our whole squad, on our whole roster, that have played a full season. Only 2 players are 2 seniors. Everybody else hasn't even played 1 full season yet. So we weren't sure what we wouldn't get. We thought we prepared well. We came here hungry and excited to be here. We missed it the last couple of years when we probably shouldn't have missed it, but whatever, it's hard to make it here, really hard. We were happy just to be here. And then once we got here, we knew it was a great opportunity for anybody. We also knew that you could be a great team and go 0-3 here. So that first match, our conversations with our volunteer Derek and our associate head coach Devin Bowen was, this first one is huge because you win the first one and it puts you in a bracket where you at least got your 1 win, you know. And I swear, you leave here 1-2, you're feeling pretty good. You're feeling pretty good. The fact that we're leaving 2-1, I'm on cloud 9. You know, obviously we feel we could have been in the finals. We feel we have the team. The way we played here, we could have, just like a lot of teams could have. But we're ecstatic to leave 2-1.
Well, I do want to talk about yesterday's match a little bit, but before I do that, you talk about the success you guys have had this weekend. When you're mapping out these sort of events, you know, as a member of the media, if we want to call us that, you look at your lineup, and, you know, 4, 5, 6, there were a lot of unknowns coming to this weekend, and yet for you guys, that might have been the strongest part of your lineup all weekend long. You know, what do you think allowed guys like Kruger down at the bottom of the lineup, like so many of your guys down there, to succeed the way they did this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question, and I will ask them specifically, why did you do so well? No, it's a great question that I have not asked. I think it's very important that when you do have success in any level, at any level, in any profession, that you know why you're having success, so you can keep doing it. So that's a great question to ask them. If I was going to give you my opinion, I thought Coach Bowen did an unbelievable job of preparing them for this tournament. We knew that for us to have a successful tournament, we needed that part of our lineup to produce. We're just getting to know each other. We're getting to know each other's buttons and which coach should be there and how to speak to them and how to motivate them. And there's a lot of, exactly like you said, unknown. So I would say that Burtis was probably our MVP here. He went 3-0 in singles and won some doubles matches as well. And Sander Jung had a great tournament, won two matches and could have won today. He was up in the third. And Luke Fumba, he lost a critical one. And I'm sure it still hurts. But he went 2-1, which is huge. So, yeah, I mean, Rybakov said at the end, I can't believe we just beat UCLA. We beat Mississippi State, and I didn't even win a match.
Yeah.
And which is awesome.
Yeah, well, you talk about Alex Rybakov. Obviously, that's someone you know quite well. Him at 1, Reese Stalder at 3. Those are your seniors up top. That's how you've got to want it if you're a coach. And as you mentioned, for Rybo, he only gets 1 win beating Blumberg yesterday in the match. You guys lose, but still, he's DNFing with Nuno Borges. That's a top 10 player. He's in the third set with Cressy. That's a top 10 player. What does it mean when you can have a senior like him at the top of your lineup leading the way?
I mean, Rybakov he's our leader. He leads by example. He's probably our hardest worker, and the only reason I say probably is because Alistair Gray is a really, really good worker as well. Rybakov, there's absolutely no doubt. I've never been around anybody, maybe Nori, who doesn't want to do everything possible that he can to become a professional tennis player. He's one of our best students. He leads by example, and we had a conversation. You know, he had a tough loss against Oliver Crawford. A lot of credit to Oliver. And I told Rabakov, I said, look, whether you want it or not, and I know he likes it, is you're a leader, and you're the one that sets the pace for the rest of the team. And man, we're gonna miss him. We're gonna miss him. We're gonna miss him in the classroom. We're gonna miss him in the locker room. We're gonna miss him on the tennis court, on the practice court, and he's unbelievable with our fans and our people. He's one of a kind.
Yeah, it's such a special player, I agree. And since you brought it up, I feel comfortable going there. You talked about that Florida match. One of the things I like most about your post-match videos, other than the fact that I get to learn a little bit about the match immediately, is you're so candid, you're so honest during them. And during that video, post-Florida match, that's a match for our fans who don't know, you guys were up 3-1, and you even said in the video, we had them. We were this close. And you're absolutely right. And so you have that result, a match, unfortunately, you guys lose 4-3. You have yesterday's result versus Wake Forest, again, or not Wake Forest, sorry, UNC, where you are right there. You lose that one 4-3 as well. But, you know, given that you have 3 months to build till May, how will you use the lessons from these two losses to help your team build for the future?
Yeah, I think when you lose is obviously the best opportunity to learn something, and you know, if you can lose and learn, then you weren't really defeated, and we all need to learn all the time, right? So what a better time than from losing, and I think what we learned from Florida, there were a few little examples, but you know, sometimes these guys aren't stupid. They know maybe we're one match away, and or they get distracted and they start kind of figuring out, thinking that their teammate's going to win it, and they lose focus on their match. And we learned that one, and we learned to stay in our match. You know, play your match, just take care of your court, and then anything happens. And I was very pleased when we beat Mississippi State, and it was getting kind of close at the end, and like who's gonna get that fourth point that's so hard to get. At one point we told Rabakov, it's over, you know, it's over, and he couldn't believe that we won. He was so focused, yeah. And I guarantee you against Florida he wasn't. He knew exactly what was going on. So that was something he learned, and absolutely nothing away from Crawford. He's a beast. Mm-hmm. I recruited him. I loved him. I want him on my team.
One of my favorite players.
Yeah, I mean, how do you not?
So
how do you
solid.
not? The guy gives you 100% every single time. He's a beast. So I have so much respect. He knows it. But, you know, that's something that Rabakov learned. He's watching the match over there with Burtis, Kruger, and Eagleson, and we had so many chances to win. So it's hard. It's hard to stay on your court. Yeah, we were here 4 years ago, and we went 0-3. Mm-hmm. We went 0-3. We had some heartbreaking losses against, I think it was Duke. We basically had match points and lost. And we left here 0-3, and somebody, I can't remember who it was, came up to me and said, you know, this is where you are today, but I guarantee you're going to be one of the best teams by the end of the season. And that's the year we made the Final Four. So
that
yeah,
screams of a Ty Tucker quote.
Yeah, well, we pride ourselves in that. And Devin Bowen, he's a beast. I mean, he's unbelievable. Yesterday, I was exhausted. I'm sure you saw the video. I was emotional. I was tired. And Devin Bowen comes in my room at 9:00 at night. I'm ready to pass out. He's like, we got to talk to this player. We got to talk to this player. And I'm like, let's do it tomorrow morning. He's like, what are you talking about right now? And I'm like, man, you just don't stop. So he's unbelievable to work with. And that's, when you measure success, the way we measure it is, were we a better team in May than we were in, January or February? By us going 2-1, we made that a little harder
yeah, sure.
To accomplish. But hopefully when we speak to each other in May, I can tell you that we're a better team. And
Absolutely.
if we are, that's going to be a great season.
And I look forward to that. And, Coach, I know you've spent so much energy, so I'll let you go soon. I just want to ask two more quick things. One, May being the outdoor tournament, this event being indoors, I'm sure at TCU you guys try to play as little indoor tennis as possible because
Absolutely.
What's the point? But we've seen rain at so many NCAA events over the years. So in the context of that, of getting the indoor reps in, how important is this event for your team?
Yeah, it's great we've never been known as an indoor team, and we had some success in Charlottesville. I mean, obviously we have different players. We don't have Nunez, who was definitely an outdoor player, and Cameron was very tough outdoors as well. So I don't know. It's to be determined. So now we know what we have indoors. Mm-hmm. We saw what Bertis can do. We saw what Fomba can do.
Indoors is scary.
He's got a big serve. I told him when he first got here. I told Fomba, I said, I know you don't believe this, but by the time you leave TCU, you're gonna have a bigger serve than me. And he thought I was joking. And I said, no, don't laugh. I know you don't believe it. I know you don't believe it, but you will have a bigger serve than me. And look where his serve is. It's big. And it should be. Yeah. The guy's 6'6", so it better be. So we're on the track in the right way. So I don't know. I don't know exactly how to answer that. What do we know? What we know is that Bertis he's becoming a much better competitor, that Luke can dominate some service games indoors with his serve, and that it is nice to know that if you go to the NCAAs and it does get to be indoors, which maybe in Orlando it rains quite a bit in May. If we go indoors, we have something to look back and say, okay, we can do this. We can do this indoor or outdoor. So
yeah, definitely. Well, then one last fun question for you. I don't get to Texas as often as I would like, so I don't get to see you guys play. But having the chance to see you guys play, such an energetic group. You're really out there supporting one another, and it's so fun to watch. What is it that you want fans of college tennis to take away from the experience of seeing your TCU Horned Frogs play a match?
Yeah, our fans, what I would like for them to see is just a bunch of, as Coach Bowen would call them, a bunch of dogs, just a bunch of guys that are fighting, that are competing, that are doing it in a fair way, in a manly way, in an ethical way, but competitive as it gets, and it's hard to get those two right. And some people might jump back and forth in that fine line of being a beast as a competitor and staying ethical and fair. So that's what we want to see, guys that love to compete, guys that love to wear the purple, that know what they're representing, that it's not just them, but their family, the coaches, the teammates, and TCU.
Yeah, well, it certainly seemed that way this weekend. It was so fun to watch. We have some people in the background, and Coach, of course, and I'm going to let you go. But
I already came in third. That's not very good.
Either way, we have the TCU team in the background. But Coach Roditi, thank you so much for coming on the Craig
Thank you,
Interviews,
Alex.
and good luck the rest of your season.
I'm a big fan, so you guys keep doing it. And you're definitely part of the media, so don't go anywhere.
Of course. Thank you so much. Take care.